Hello everybody and welcome to Dorset Nature Aquariums. So after the last video I've actually moved house and we were staying with my mother-in-law for quite a long time waiting for our house to be built, and here we are in the new fish room. So I just want to show you my newest tank. This was set up probably about 5 months ago, I'd say now. So this is the forest tank and it's currently my wife's favourite. And let's have a look. So the tank itself, again, you'll notice it's a Denelay 55 litre scapers tank. It is actually my favourite nano aquarium, these, because of the rounded edges. As you can see there, the corners do get distorted when you move around, but actually it's a really pleasing aesthetic to look at. It's such a handy size as well, it's convenient. It makes maintenance easy, and I just think they're really beautiful tanks. So here it is. It's actually a low maintenance aquascape. Excuse the glare in the background. It is the middle of the day on a very sunny day down here in Dorset. So plant wise, as you can see, we've got some crypts which are absolutely growing rampant, and Microsorum narrow in the middle. So it's a type of Java fern, very common in the hobby, been around for a long time, but they're just so low maintenance and easy to look after. That's what the aim of this tank is to be low maintenance and to still have high impact. Up at the top then we have Anubias, and then we've got spiky moss. So that's Java moss. Lots of Anubias in this tank. I think there's about 4 plants worth in there, and they are flowering and doing really well. There's a couple of different types of Bucephalandra as well. So I'll zoom in there. Hello. There's a little electric blue ram there coming to say hello, wanting some food. So we've got Bucephalandra browny purple. It doesn't really go very purple in this tank because there's not much red in the LED light I have up at the top, which is a Aquael LED Slim. There's some black phantom tetras in there, and golden pencilfish, a nanostomus species, and they're actually one of my favourite fishes at the moment. Of course, the electric blue ram there, full of character, always looking for food. There's some more Booce. I've actually attached that to the wood, or just planted it in the moss, and it seems to be doing really well. Very slow growing plant, but absolutely beautiful. So I wanted to start off planting heavily with this tank just to negate any problems with algae. And actually now I'd say it's a little bit overgrown, to be honest. And the crypts, although they look absolutely stunning, you can tell a crypt's doing well by the waxy appearance of the leaves. The underneath of the leaves are like a rose colour and they really pop. Have some Eliocharis mini hairgrass at the bottom, but actually, because I started using the Salvinia floating plants on the top and the Limnobium as well, just to cut down on future algae problems, it's not letting the hairgrass have enough light, so it's kind of double-edged sword really. Yeah, I love the way this tank's turned out. It's really simple with just the pencil fish. There is some amano shrimps in there and a couple of narite snails. And I just really liked to focus with the pencil fish, really. There's about 15 or 16 in there. And yeah, I think they're great little fish and they're really growing up quickly together. With pencil fish, it's better to have a large group because actually otherwise the males would become dominant over the rest and you'll get them chasing the other fish around. So filtration on this is actually an Awaza biothermo filter internal, and I think it's the 200, so it has 2 sections of filtration on and a third one behind the main body there. So I actually put some sintered glass biological media in there to make it better. Check out Pond Guru's YouTube channel because he showed me how to upgrade the filter to make it work more efficiently, and I think it's really doing a good job of keeping it clean in the tank. There's always a lot of mulm built up inside, so I know it's doing its job well. The wood in there is azalea root, and you can't really see it because of the plants, but it's actually poking up out of the top of the tank as well, which I quite like as an aesthetic. So there we go, there is the forest tank. I've tried to make this room sort of in touch with nature as possible, so I have some live plants, some ferns, and these are kind of future projects, these little glass bowls with some hardscape in. There's a bit of fossilised wood stone in there, so potentially could be a little wabi-kusa. I've tried those in the past with not much success, but I don't want to fail on those, so I'll try again. Some plants in a frame and leaves. Okay, going back to the main tank then. My oldest tank is the jungle scape. It has actually just been maintained and I have cut a lot of the plants back. It really has kind of reached its limit now. It's just over a year old, I'd say now, and the plants are really filling out a little bit too much. The crypt Willisi, I think there, is absolutely growing up to the top of the tank, and I'm gonna have to rescape this tank. It'll be a sad time when I do, but actually, from the time of the last video, it was probably, I say, about 7 or 8 months ago now, at least. So this tank has changed multiple times. We still have the crypt parva at the bottom. That's actually doing really well still. It hasn't grown a lot, considering it's been in there almost a year. The things that have grown the most, again, the crypt Willisi has really taken over. The Microsorum Windelov, the Java fern, that has grown massive now. But it's really healthy still. It's still growing like Billy O because again I'm feeding liquid fertilisers once a day, and it's also getting CO2 as well. I had to replace the CO2 cylinder recently, so the other one lasted me about a year, which I'm pretty happy with. We've got some hydrocotyl tripartita just here. That's been cut back massively because that sends out runners and gets in between everything. Taiwan moss still going strong. I had to pull a lot out of that today. And this Bucephalandra is just amazing. Bucephalandra red and also wavy green. There's probably, I'd say, about 6 or 7 times the amount there now than there was when I first bought them. Excuse the lights, just do a top down view of all the boosts. And you see all the little cherry shrimps in there. This tank is exploding with cherry shrimps right now. Some more Anubias. And the Trident Java Fern. So it has gone through some quite significant changes over the last year. There's the Ember Tetras still, they're doing really well. There's the cherry shrimp. Looking quite excited, I quite appreciate the water changes. So this tank is now on an oak base. This is an old printer unit which I found locally, and it's really good for the job. I'll show you inside. So this is where the magic happens. Still a bit of a mess with the wires, but everything is attached and out of the way. There's my eHome Echo Pro filter. And a new CO2 unit, CO2 arc regulator. Moving over to the other tank then, is a shrimp tank. Again, this has just been maintained. So we've got the Carpenter Monte Carlo, which does need trimming. It's going to lift up out of the substrate if I'm not careful. I have managed to sell a few of the cherry shrimps now, so there's not as many in there, but there's still hundreds at varying stages of growth. Babies all hide in amongst the Monte Carlo, so it's a really safe environment for them. There is still some gold tetras at the back there. They are very shy and they hide. So I can see a few of them there behind. Still have the Eliocaris. Oh, there's a nerite snail, horned nerite. They're doing really well in there. They like to stay in the tanks, those ones. Some snails like to climb out, but these ones stay in. Rotala rotundifolia, still going strong. Needs cutting back once a week probably. And Ludwigia in the background there. I've removed the stems and I've just replanted the tops. And also I have the underneath the moss jars. So we've got some spiky moss in with some Oko stone or dragon stone. So it's just hardscape water, a little bit of substrate and the moss. And I think it looks really effective with just a small little IKEA light over the top. And next door there is another one. The moss wasn't doing so well in that one, so I removed most of it. Okay, and there's the update, guys. So welcome to Dorset Nature Aquariums if you've never visited the channel before. My name's George and this is only currently my second YouTube video. So please do comment in the comments below and let me know what you think of the channel so far. Anything you'd like to see, and I will bring you an update soon. Cheers.